Bernie H is first in the house. God is great here. Hey, you doing, Titus? Big Rays ball cards. Hello, Donald and gang. My regular crews are showing up like clockwork. Getting excited. Getting excited. Let me see. Let me get this list close by so I got ready reference. By the way, we are at 175 plus entries. So we now have 7 prizes on the wheel. Don, my friend, seems the mail you sent got lost. Well, that is weird. I haven't gotten it back yet, so. And I don't think, I can't believe they would have said something or sent it back to me by now. If by putting it in a large envelope, I would think, because it was a real thin, flat envelope. So yeah, I don't know if it would be caught up in customs for any reason, but it should. If it can't be delivered for some reason, they would have sent it back to me. Seems the mail you sent got lost. Well, I just sent you out another one today, but it's just a smaller envelope, kind of like what I sent before with a couple of cards in it for you. So we'll see what happens this time, Titus. Steve Griffiths in the house. Bernie H, I see my package arrived today. Oh no. Where did you send it, Steve? Or no? Bernie H. Do you remember what city you sent it to? Because I have 2 addresses. I have a business address and my home address. I already got the mail today from my home address, so did you send it to my business address with a Marysville, Washington address on it? If so, your package to the one on your page. Oh, okay. When you receive my box that I'll be sending you, I don't know if I'll be going back out today. I wish I would have known it was gone to that one. I would have checked. But I can check it this weekend. My package didn't quite make it. It got to Seattle at 10 a.m. So most likely there, Jason, I'll probably get your package tomorrow. Jason. But thanks for the heads up. Appreciate that. And as far as Bernie H, yeah, if I don't go after my stream today, I'll try and get out there tomorrow. Is it a small package or is it a big package? Do you want me to use the address? You'll see a different address when I send you the package that I'm going to mail out as soon as I get your package. And then I'll have your address. Because I was going to send it out today with everybody else's packages, but I didn't have your address. I could have probably asked you for it. But I'll try and check. If not today, I'll check tomorrow. Oh, it's a bubble envelope, so it's not real big, right? Okay, yeah, it'll fit in the mailbox probably. We have one of those locking mailboxes where you unlock it and then you open up the little door. Okay, so that'll be there and I will get it. If I don't get it tomorrow, Sunday at the latest, I'll get it and our mailman at our business address is pretty good too. So it will undoubtedly be waiting in the mailbox. I just don't like to let things wait too long in the wintertime because it gets wet and damp here. But everything stays pretty dry in these mailboxes that they've got them in. And it's a business mailbox, so I'm not worried about it too much. Okay, let me get over here and make sure our giveaway is set. I'll give you an exact number, and then I got to check real quick and see who made it in the 2-minute warning. We'll see when the first chat was, and we'll go from there. So we have 191, so we're 8 away from, or 9 away from 200. So let me go into the stream here. Let me do a refresh. Let me do a refresh. Sorry, I was a few minutes late today again. Me and the wife went out for breakfast or a brunch, and then we went shopping in the antique shops in downtown Arlington. We have quite a handful of them in downtown Arlington. That's like the bread and butter of our town, the antique shops. They're always fun to go looking through. I find some neat things sometimes, that's for sure. So let me go here and get in here. And then welcome again to episode 102, Hall of Fame Friday, Frank Frisch and Trivia and Sports Talk. Okay, let's go up here. So it was 205. So we got 205, 206. The first one on 207 is, all right, the 2-minute warning will end. So we've got Bernie H. Yeah, I could have messaged my address and you could have sent it to the other place, but that's okay. At least I know it has arrived in the neighborhood somewhere. Not in our neighborhood in Arlington, but I'm only probably about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from that mailbox, so it won't take me long to drive there, that's for sure. Bernie H, we got God is Great. Okay, Big Ray. Lockin' 99. God is Great, Bernie H. And God is Great, Big Ray. Boom, got these all. So the ones I got for our 2 free entries at the 2-minute warning at the beginning is Bernie H. God is Great, Big Ray's Ball Carts, and Lockin' 99, 2, 4, 6, 8. That gives us 199. So by the time we get to the end of the stream, I'm sure and confident that we will get 200 subscribers. But we'll keep that off to the side here. I did get all the Patreon packages sent out. So that is on track for sure. All I have is one left for Bernie H. I got Bernie H's package already boxed up. And if it would have came to my home address, I would have been able to open it on channel right now. But since it's not, we'll still get it. We'll still get it, just a little bit of a delay. But other than that, what we are going to do today is, since we're one shy, but at the end of the stream, we'll definitely go over the end there. Yeah, I left my flannel shirt on today because it's kind of chilly and wet outside. I think the temperature's probably in the low 40s, if not upper 30s. Nope, 45. 45, and it's supposed to rain Today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll start getting a little dry around here on Wednesday. Anybody know if the groundhog saw his shadow yesterday? Anybody heard the news from Pawtucket? Whatever his name is, that the groundhog, Just kind of curious. I haven't heard nothing from the news or the media or anything. I'm sure somewhere it got posted up on the internet. We've got 5 thummies up. We've got 5 viewers. So we're right on track here. We'll be on track here for our Hall of Fame Friday. Which, of course, today is Frankie Frisch. Frankie Frisch. All right. Who let the dogs out? Who? Not sure, but Quebec Fred was dead when they pulled him out. Laugh out loud. Oh, does Quebec, Canada have their own version of the groundhog from, isn't it somewhere in Pennsylvania or something? I can't remember where Pawtucket or whatever his name is. Tell us if we're going to have an early spring or a late spring or whatever the telltale sign is there. Don't know exactly. But without further ado, I don't want to belabor this much longer. Not sure, but Quebec Fred was dead when they pulled him out. Laugh out loud. They pulled him out of his hibernation and he kicked the bucket. I guess it was too cold, huh? It's too cold this year and he passed away. Now they gotta train a new one. Oh boy. Quit rubbing it in with our weather, Donald. It's 11 degrees and 21 with the wind chill right now where I am at. Well, yeah, you're up in the Midwest, northern states. They get pretty cold, that's for sure. Center Hill Cards. Hey again, Donald and chat. Thanks for popping in here, Center Hill Cards. Puxatawny Phil is in Pennsylvania. There we go. I knew it was somewhere around there. I knew it was Pennsylvania somewhere. All right. So we're going to get into Frankie Frisch's Hall of Fame Friday induction here. I didn't get things ready yesterday. Was busy working on my eBay store and other things. So I don't really have any other content except for Frankie Frisch, who we're going to do his biography here coming up. And then we have trivia, not only for Friday, but we'll have the Saturday-Sunday edition right after that. So we'll have 2 rounds of trivia today for 2 days, the 3rd and then the 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th is just a 2-day spot. And then we'll go over the birthdays for February the 3rd. All right. So other than that, Frankie Frisch. Francis Frisch was born September 9th, 1898 through March 12th, 1973. Nicknamed the Fordham Flash, or the Old Flash, was an American Major League Baseball player and manager of the first half of the 20th century. Frisch was a switch-hitting second baseman who threw right-handed. He played for the New York Giants 1919 to 1926 and the St. Louis Cardinals from 1927 to 1937. He managed the Cardinals from 1933 to 1938 and the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1940 to 46 and the Chicago Cubs 1949 to 1951. He is a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum and the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame Museum. He is tied with Yogi Berra for most World Series doubles. at 10 and holds the record for the most World Series hits at 58 for a player who never played for the New York Yankees, exceeded only by Yogi Berra and Mickey Mantle. As far as his early life, born in the Bronx, New York City, Frisch attended Fordham Preparatory School, graduating in 1916. He went to Fordham University, where he continued to star in 4 sports: baseball, football, basketball, and track. His speed earned him the nickname the Fordham Flash. Get a sip of water here real quick. Look out my window and there's water all over the window because it's a little bit windy, but not too bad today. But hopefully soon I'll have a little bit of content I can share with you after I get Jason's package in from Jason Coat. Lockin 99, as everybody knows him in the channel. A lot of people probably know his name if they've dealt with him. He is an awesome contributor to the channel. All right. So, in 1919, Frisch left Fordham. Oh, I scrolled up. Now his stint with the New York Giants. In 1919, Frisch left Fordham to sign with the New York Giants of the National League, moving directly to the majors without playing in the minor leagues. He made an immediate impact, finishing 3rd in the National League in stolen bases and 7th in RBIs in 1920. His first full season, manager John McGraw was so impressed by Frisch that he soon named him team captain, giving him advice in base running and hitting. The Giants played Frisch at both third base and second base early in his career, but by 1923 he was installed as the team's full-time second baseman. Frisch batted over 300 in his last 6 seasons with New York. He was also an expert fielder with a skilled base runner in 1921. He led the National League with 48 steals in 1923 in hits. And in 1924 in runs. With Frisch adding his fiery competitiveness to the team, the Giants won the World Series in 1921 and 1922, winning the National League pennant the following 2 seasons as well. On September 10, 1924, Frisch went 6 for 7 in a 22-1 rout of the Boston Braves at the Polo Grounds. Frisch is tied with Pablo Sandoval for the franchise postseason multi-hit games record of 15. Then next, on to the St. Louis Cardinals. Pop in the chat real quick before I start this next section. I hit that like button. Make sure to smash it, everybody. There we go. We got 8 thumbs up, 7 people watching so far. I think. Yep, 7 viewers. All right. Hey, Bernie, Center Hill Cards. Hey, Titus. Do a refresh so I know where I caught up to the chat at. St. Louis Cardinals. After the 1926 season, Frisch was traded with pitcher Jimmy Ring to the St. Louis Cardinals in exchange for stars Rogers Hornsby. After an August 1926 loss in which Frisch had missed a sign, costing the Giants a run, McGraw had loudly berated Frisch in front of the team. Frisch responded by leaving the team, and his previously close relationship with McGraw virtually ended. Playing second base for the Cardinals, Frisch appeared in 4 more World Series in 1928, 30, 31, and 1934, bringing his career total to 8. He was the driving force of the Gas House Gang, the nickname for the Cardinals. clubs of the early 1930s, which were built around him to reflect his no-holds-barred approach. The Cardinals had only won one pennant before Frisch joined the team. The Giants would win the pennant only once in Frisch's 9 seasons as the Cards' regular second baseman. Frisch played 11 seasons with the Cardinals. In 1931, he was voted the most valuable player in the National League after batting .311 with 4 home runs, 82 RBIs, and the league leading in stolen bases, 28. The 1931 Cardinals also triumphed in the World Series, defeating Connie Mack's defending 2-time champion Philadelphia Athletics in 7 games. Frisch became player manager of the Cardinals in 1933 and was named to the National League's first 3 All-Star teams from 1933 to 1935. In 1934, he managed the Cardinals to another 7-game World Series victory, this time over the Detroit Tigers. Frisch finished his playing career in 1937. His career statistics totaled a .316 batting average, still the highest ever for a switch hitter, with 2,880 hits, 1,532 runs, 466 doubles, 138 triples, and 105 home runs, 728 walks, and 1,244 RBIs over 2,311 games. He was difficult to strike out, fanning only 272 times in 9,112 at-bats, or once for every 33 and a half at-bats. He also stole 419 bases in his 19 MLB seasons. His hit total stood as the record for switch hitters until Pete Rose surpassed him in 1977. Frisch also hit .300 for the career from both sides of the plate. The only other switch hitter with more than 5,000 at-bats with the distinction is fellow Hall of Famer Chipper Jones. Frankie Frisch was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1947. After no players had been selected by the writers in the previous 2 years, the only election since 1942. The rules were revised to limit eligibility to those players who had retired after 1921. Frisch was among the first players to benefit from the more reasonable field of candidates. After his retirement as an active player, Frisch continued to manage the Cardinals, but was never able to capture another pennant. Frisch also had managerial stints with the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1940 to 1946 and the Chicago Cubs in 1949 through 51. But without success, he had the St. Louis Frisch's career ledger as manager shows 1,138 wins and 1,078 losses, a .514 winning percentage, mark including the pennant in 1934. He also spent the first 2 months of his 1949 season as a New York Giants' coach, working under the double-play partner Leo DeRocher, before leaving June 14th to replace Charlie Grimm as manager of the Cubs. Okay, one one main section to go here. It says post baseball career and, of course, his passing. Hey, Donald and everyone, I'm at work, Donald, so I will be in the background. No problem there, John. No problem. Jay Pylon's in the house. Got a little package coming your way too, Jay. You'll get it in the mail in a couple days. It just got mailed out today. I sent out about 20 packages today. Always the beginning of the month is always the busiest for me. With my Patreon members, my eBay sales tend to pick up every month. Usually my regulars come back the beginning of every month and see what kind of new stuff I put up in my eBay store. So I will be working on some after. Matter of fact, this little group right here is pretty much all ready to go. All ready to go. All tagged up, take pictures and list them up on eBay. So that will be done most likely this weekend. I should be able to get through this whole box and then start on the next round here, get those ready, and then I've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 500 count boxes and another 2 rows of cards here before I dig into my archives and pull some more cards out. I've got boxes that are sitting behind me over here that are plumb full of cards I want to list on eBay eventually. So eventually, once I get all those up there, I won't have much else to do. Down the road, if I'm left over with so many commons and less sought after cards and stuff, I'll probably take them out in the country and have a burn barrel fun. I'll throw them in a burn barrel and let somebody burn them all up. I think that's what David, Fanatic Connecting Guru, has done a few times to get rid of all his base cards that really ain't worth nothing. The nobody players for the most part, unless you're building sets. So other than that, post baseball career and death. Let me get a refresh on the chat here. Center Hill Cards, Bernie H. Crossover, J Pylon, hooray. All right, Frisch also worked for several years as a baseball color commentator on radio and television. In 1939, he called games for the Boston Bees and the Boston Red Sox on the Colonial Network, a regional radio network serving the 5 New England states. He also called the Giants radio in 1947-48, then worked as a post-game host for the team's telecasts in the 1950s. His broadcasting trademark was worrying about pitchers walking batters. Oh, those base on balls. After a heart attack in September 1956 forced Frisch to curtail his activities, Phil Rizzuto, recently released by Yankees as a player, filled in for him on Giants post-game shows for the rest of the season. From 1959 to 61, Frisch teamed with Jack Whitaker to form the backup crew for Saturday Game of the Week coverage on CBS. A number of years after Frisch left the playing field as manager, he became a member of the Hall of Fame's Committee on Baseball Veterans, which is responsible for electing players to the Hall of Fame who had not been elected during their initial period of eligibility by the baseball writers. He later became chairman of the committee. In the years just prior to his death, a number of Frisch's Giants and Cardinals teammates were elected into the Hall. Some notable writers, chiefly among them Bill James, have criticized these selections, including Jesse Haynes, Dave Bancroft, Chick Haffey, Ruby Marquardt, Ross Youngs, and George Kelly, which include some of the most widely questioned honorees in the Hall's history. Critics have pointed out that many of these selections had accomplishments which were less outstanding than those of players who were bypassed, and were only selected because of Frisch's influence. Frisch died in Wilmington, Delaware, from injuries suffered from a car accident near Elkton, Maryland, a month earlier. He was 74 years old, and Frisch had been returning to Rhode Island from the meeting of the Veterans Committee in Florida when he lost control of his car. Frisch died in the same manner as other New York Giant Hall of Famers, Mel Ott, 1958, and Carl Hubble, 1988. He is interred in Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx, New York City. During his lifetime, Frisch used 1898 as his year of birth, although other records, Social Security Death Index, census records, World War I draft registration, and passport application indicate 1897 as his birth. In 1999, he ranked number 88 in the Sporting News list of the 100 greatest baseball players and was a nominee for the Major League Baseball All-Century team. In January 2014, the Cardinals announced Frisch is among 22 former players and personnel to be inducted into the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame Museum for the inaugural class of 2014. Frisch is mentioned in the poem Line Up for Yesterday by Ogden Nash. Here's the short poem that they're referring to. Line up for yesterday. F is for Fordham and Frankie and Frisch. I wish he were back with the Giants. I wish. Ogden Nash wrote that for Sporting Magazine back in January of 1949. Then we have here some closing notes. Years later, Nash added a footnote to the stanza. P.S. Thanks DeRocher, now everything is kosher. For many years, he lived at 184 Fenmore Road in the Bonnie Crest neighborhood of New Rochelle, New York. He had 2 hounds named Flash and Patches, who kept him company. Frisch eventually moved to Charleston, Rhode Island, devoting himself mainly to his interests in gardening and classical music. The Moshula baseball field in Bedford Park, Bronx, was renamed to Frank Frisch Field in 1948. So other than that, let's do a recap of his Hall of Fame statistics. Okay, so Frank Frisch was a second baseman and a manager in his career. He was born September 9th, 1898. Like they said, it might have been 1897 in the Bronx, New York, United States. Died on March 12th, 1973 at the age of 74 in Wilmington, Delaware. He was a switch hitter, and he threw right-handed. His MLB debut was June 14th, 1919 for the New York Giants. Well, he was born on Flag Day, 1990. Keep that in mind for a second. All right, his MLB debut was June 14th, 1919 for the New York Giants. His last MLB appearance was August the 5th, 1937 for the St. Louis Cardinals. His last MLB appearance was August the 5th, 1937 for the St. Louis Cardinals. His MLB statistics: batting average .316, 2,880 hits, 105 home runs, 1,244 RBIs. His managerial record was 1,138 wins and 1,078 losses with a winning percentage of .514. Then teams he played for as a player: New York Giants 1919 to 26, St. Louis Cardinals 27 7 through 37. As a manager, St. Louis Cardinals, 1933 to 38. Pittsburgh Pirates, 1940 to 1946. And the Chicago Cubs, 1940 to 1951. Right? His career highlights and awards. He was a 3-times All-Star from 1933 to 1935. 4 times World Series champion, 1921, 22, 31, and 34. National League MVP in 1931. 3 times National League stolen base leader in 1921, 27, and 31. And he is in the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame. Inducted in 1947, and the votes on the ballot were 84.47%. So there you go, Frankie Frisch, a Hall of Famer as of 1947. And it was on his 5th ballot that he got 84.47. So this is his postcard right here that I have. I do have 2 cards we'll show. This is his postcard with his Cooperstown plaque, I guess you'd call it. Everyone in Cooperstown has one of these in their big wall of fame where you've got all of them. But Frank Frisch. New York National League, 1919, 1926. St. Louis National League, 1927 to 38. And then the Pittsburgh National League, 1940 to 46. Jumped from college to the majors. The Fordham Flash was an outstanding infielder, base runner, and batter. He had a lifetime batting mark of .316. Holds many records, played in 50 World Series games, managed the St. Louis from 1933 through 1938, and won World Series in 1934, and managed Pittsburgh from 1940 through 1946. There you go, Frankie Frisch, from 1919 to 1946. All right, let me put that there. Put that back in my binder and get our next Hall of Famer out of the box for next week's. But we've got 2 cards here. I don't think that's the... hold on a second. Let me see if this is... No. They do have some wood grain cards, but can't remember. I think I might have one when I opened up a couple boxes of these Cooperstown 2012 and 2013 sets. But it just looks like a wood grain, the design on these, and then these ones look like this. Because it doesn't... Yeah. But this is a 2012. Yeah, this is the 2012 Cooperstown card. Frankie Frisch. Alright. Hello, good afternoon, God bless. Firestarter Breaks is in the house. Center Hill Cards. Gotta update something real quick here. There we go. But Frankie Frisch, inducted 1947. They have his information on the back there. And then the 2013 Cooperstown, Frankie Frisch, 1947. Gives their induction on these Cooperstown sets. And I do have some of the short prints. And I believe I've got a couple of autographs in my Hall of Fame collection from this set when I did it back in the day. put that over on the side here. Put that back in my Hall of Fame collection for Frankie Frisch. And then we'll get ready to continue on later. All right, what do we got here? Hiya, Beastie. Who's the Beastie? Firestarter breaks. By the way, Center Hill Cards, I like your flag emblem there. That's awesome. So one of my next projects, I have a whole slew of channel cards and or stickers and stuff. I got to figure out how to display them in the binder. Once I get that, I'll be sharing those out and shouting out some channels that I've interacted with through the years. I think it's in one little, yeah. But I will work on that and get that up here, up and running. I'm waiting for I got to clean out another binder I'm going to use for it. That's kind of makes it kind of unique. And then I'll just add to it as I get stickers from different channels and stuff throughout my tenure on YouTube. All right. So other than that, we're going to get ready to go into trivia mode. Trivia mode coming up. Oh, it's not even typing. Why didn't you go there? Yes, fire is. Hey, Dragon. Oh, he must have been asking for his Steve Griffith's email address. There you go. All right, so let me do that real quick. And it's time for trivia. It's time for trivia. All right, we're going to start with our first one. Don't forget, on Fridays we will have 2. On Tuesdays we will have 2, since I don't do a live stream on Monday generally. Might change that coming down the pike, but for now I leave my the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for family time and me and wife time. So just so you know, that's the main reason for doing it that way. And then at a time, if I go on vacation and go out of town, I will tell you what week or time frame I won't be doing live streams. But other than that, you still here, John? Cops? I don't know if Cops is still here or not. Crossover Paranormal Society. Cops. Okay, so let's move this out here for now. Get it up here on the starting block here. So our first trivia for today, Friday, February 3rd, 2023, is entitled Team History. So you got to know your team history on this one. All right. So our baseball birthdays for Friday, February 3rd is Larry McPhail, Fred Lynn, Slim Sally, and Bake McBride. Okay, so this one here, you have to get both names correct to win. It's going to be a little bit tougher trivia, but it's fairly new. The trivia question is, which future teammates finished first and second in home runs in 2017. So you got to test your baseball skills here. But if you Google quick enough, you could do well. Okay? So we'll give a little bit more time for this one. We'll do 5 minutes from when I said start. So by 2:53 you have to have your answer in. Which future teammates finished first and second in home runs in 2017? Okay, so I've already started the timer. Boom. We don't even have to continue. Larkin got it right. Judge and Stanton. You're right on top of it there, Larkin. Let's see, that's a 2. Put the 2s on here. I got to put a +2 for Larkin. He got the first one, so don't fret. We still have another trivia question to go. But Larkin's got 4 for today, and that puts us up. So now we will definitely be, we got 8 prizes on the wheel now. And look at that, guys. Today's only the 3rd, right? I think next month I'm just going to have to limit it to one prize for the early bird. One prize for the early bird. No, it's a new structure because I got a big tier Patreon that jumped on board. So that big tier Patreon gets 50 entries. So 50 entries by itself gets 2 prizes put on the wheel. Not sure why, but they popped into my head right away. Oh, you got it. Oh, now I got to read you. Let me put you down for answering this one. Larkin. And I'll read you the justification for that. So it says here the answer to today's trivia is Giancarlo Stanton hit 59 home runs with the Marlins that season, leading the major leagues. Aaron Judge was second overall, hitting 52 and leading the American League. Fresh off winning the Most Valuable Player award that December, Stanton was traded to the Yankees for Starlin Castro and a pair of minor leaguers, a deal that made him Judge's teammate. Judge finished second in MVP voting that year to Jose Altuve. So there is your answer for that question. Okay, I've already added that on there. So next we have for Saturday, February the 4th, 2023, and Sunday, February the 23rd, 2023. Okay, and the title for this, you can probably see the title because it's a lot easier to read here, but it says World Series. But for Saturday, February the 4th, the birthdays will be Dan Plesac, Chris Bando, Rob Piccolo, and Steve Byer, B-R-Y, or Bry. Steve Bry, B-R-Y-E. And then Sunday, February the 4th, is the following birthdays. Hank Aaron, Roberto Alomar, Roger Pickenpaw, and Max Flack. Okay? Let me just double check so I know. Okay. All right. So, in our World Series trivia, here is our question for Saturday and Sunday. Name the 2 players who won the World Series MVP and played for both the Yankees and Astros. Name the 2 players who won the World Series MVP and played for both the Yankees and the Astros. Here's your list of 4 in which you have to choose 2 to get the correct answer. All right. A is Bob Turley. B is Don Larson. C is Andy Pettit. And D is Randy Johnson. All right, so there it is. It's time for trivia. I'll try and put those reminders in there so it's easy. You can choose two. Remember, you have to guess both of them first to get it. Okay. And let me double check the answers for now. See if I get that. Okay. Go for 2 minutes here. Remember, you have to guess two out of the players. Okay. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. A, Bob Turley. B, Don Larson. C, Andy Pettit. Or D, Randy Johnson. And the winner, the first one on there that got both correct, is Big Ray. Is Pettit and Johnson. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, it's B and D. Oh, B and C. Nope. And time is 56, 57, 58. It's not C and D. That was close. B and C, one's right. So, since nobody got both, which is, and I'll read the answers and stuff, and it goes over the stats. B and D is the correct answers. So there was nobody that guessed B and D. You said Pettit was C a second ago. Yeah, Andy Pettit is C. Here's the letters right there. A is Bob Turley. B is Don Larson. C is Andy Pettit. And D is Randy Johnson. So it was B and D. So it's Larson and Johnson. Larson and Johnson. Don, Mark. Okay, so we go back, and there's no Larson and Johnson for a guess. There's no Larson and Johnson for a guess. Pettit and Johnson is C and D, and that is not correct. Dragon Fan Tim said B and C, and that's not correct. It's B and D. So, since nobody got it right, the first one that got the B and the D correct will each get one entry. The B and the D. So Big Ray got the D, and Bernie got the B. Okay, so Big Ray gets 1. So +1. And +1 for Bernie. Okay, and now I'll read the stats so you know how that one ended up. So it's Bernie 1, +1, and Big Ray. +1. There we go. Any questions on that one now? If you could bring my retracted comment back up, it was B and D, laugh out loud. Well, you retracted it. I don't think you can unretract it, can you? I don't think so. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I can go to your channel, I can report it, user in timeout, hide the user on the chain, or remove moderator. No, I can't that would be a neat one. Undo your message, retract it. Can't do that. Sorry, Big Ray. But you still got 1, and Bernie H got 1. The answers were B and D. In the 1956 series, Larson threw a perfect game against the Dodgers. The Yankees won in 7, and he was awarded series MVP. He later pitched with the Astros in parts of 1964 and 1965. In the second half of 1998, Johnson went 10-1 with a 1.28 ERA for the Astros. In 2001, pitching for the Diamondbacks, he was a stellar 3-0 in the World Series and was voted co-MVP with Curt Schilling. Johnson later pitched for the Yankees in 2005 and 2006. There's your answers for our trivia for the 4th and 5th of February. So that was really, really cool. So that gives us a total, except for the ending 2-minute warning, which will be coming up soon. So the original ones here are the only ones that have been participating. So if they're still here for the end, if Bernie H, God is Great, Big Ray, and Lockin99 are all 4 here, they'll get 3 additional entries for the end of the stream 2-minute warning, which we're going to be starting in just about a second here. Back. Stupid Windows crashed. Oh, sorry, Login. Oh, but that's okay. You had already got one of those. Oh, that happens to me a lot when I get ready to start the stream. That's why I end up being late sometimes. The question was stupid. Well, I'm just reading what it says on the paper there. Dragon Fan Tim. But thanks for your thoughts. Appreciate you, brother. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to start. Okay, so we will go by my timestamp on the 2-minute warning. So when the 2-minute warning comes up there, you'll see the timestamp. If you can see it, you have up to 2 minutes, or at least 2 minutes or slightly more to get in. Ethan is having a sale tonight. Oh, okay, yeah, you guys go check out his sale. I'll try and make it if I can. I got a lot of things to do today. along with some church stuff. But I will try and make it to Ethan's sale too. I know on the 12th, which is it a Sunday that his store opens up on a Sunday? I think it's the 12th is his grand opening, right, for his store. But yeah, as soon as I enter this the end of stream 2-minute warning, you'll have just over 2 minutes to get your entries in. All you have to do is type in the chat here. All you have to do is type in the chat here. Starting now. Oh, is it the 24th now? Okay. I know I got it written downstairs on my calendar. All right. So 306, 7. As soon as my computer says 308, the 2-minute warning will end. And then I'll hit my enter button. As soon as my computer says 3:08 p.m. I'll go back and see how many new people we got here for the end of the stream, which will get 2 entries. But if you're here at the beginning and here at the end, which is Bernie H, God is Great, Big Ray, and Lockin, you'll get 3 additional entries. Okay? So as soon as my computer says 3:08, I will end it. There we go. 3:08, end of stream, 2-minute warning ends. So whoever put a chat in here at this part, and that's fine, you took the message, retracted that. Probably typed something wrong, didn't you? But let me go through real quick. And who do we got here? Bernie H gets a +3. Let's see, who do we got next? Center Hill Cards gets 2. Big Ray gets +3. Lockin gets +3. Dragon Fan Tim gets 2. +2, or gets 2. God is Great gets +3. Matty Ice Cards gets +2. Yep. Okay. God is Great, Lock-in, Center Hill. Eddie got it. Okay. There we go. I got everybody. They closed schools here last couple of days, but no snow or bad road conditions. Why in the earth did they close your schools? Where are you at there, Center Hill? You said put here, so I took off my one. Laugh out loud. Oh, that's okay. I got you for your 2 free entries there, Center Hill. So here's the ones that make sure I got everybody. Pretty sure everybody here. We got Bernie H, God is Great, Big Ray, Lockin, Center Hill Cards, Dragon Fan Tim, and Matty Ice Cards. So Matty Ice Cards. Tennessee. Awesome. Awesome. Could I get a Brooch Purdy rookie for free? What? Could I get a Brooch Purdy rookie for free? What free? I don't know if I have a Brooch Purdy rookie. Dark Lord Ojeda. I don't know exactly what he's talking about there, or she, or them. Or is it a joke? Or is it a spam? Oh my God. Sorry, my kid was messing with the computer when I went to the bathroom. Brock Purdy, he means. That's cute there, Dark Lord of you. All right. So other than that, appreciate everybody showing up today for our Hall of Fame Friday, episode 102, Hall of Fame Friday, Frank Frisch. So next Friday we start with the G's. Oh, a 49ers quarterback was Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. Well, I'm not big on football anyway. I am almost 95 to 98% baseball with very little football. I probably have more football cards on my eBay channel than I have that I talk about, other than doing the Hall of Fame football series on Wednesday. And that's for all the Hall of Fame inductees for the National Football League. It says, my son loves Brock Purdy. Seems like he doesn't know how to spell his name. Have a good day. Oh, no problem there, Dark Lord. It was quite humorous. That was fun. But other than that, we will see you all probably sometime over the weekend in somebody's channel for sure. But other than that, this has been Dom Blomdahl, Hall of Fame Veterans, Sports Cards, and more. Having been live to you with this episode 102, Hall of Fame Friday, Frank Frisch, plus our trivia, plus our sports talk. You all have a great and wonderful weekend. As the fanatic connecting guru always says, it's not just words, but be blessed. We'll see you around the channels. We might see you in Ethan Sale later. Might see you in Diamond Princess sometime this weekend. But other than that, and or possibly Gourmet Breaks tomorrow. So until then, you all have a great and wonderful day. And we will see you on Tuesday for our Bring It Back Tuesday. All right? Take care and have a wonderful and blessed weekend, everybody. Have a good one. And I will check my mailbox at the other address there, Bernie H, and make sure I got that package in the other mailbox. I'm pretty sure it's there. I don't think the mailman will put it in the wrong box, but sometimes you never know. So other than that, you all have a great day, and we'll see you again on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Bye for now, and have